says it will look a lot different from President Trump's approach. We're being joined by Fox's Katie Byrne. She's live for us in Philadelphia. Katie, thanks so much for joining us. What has Biden been up to today?
Biden signed 10 executive orders, all related to COVID-19, and he says his strategy is going to be a big contrast to what we saw under the Trump administration, because he wants to use some more federal resources like the Defense Production Act. He says he wants to use that to speed up vaccine production and make more masks and PPE. He also said he wants to expand vaccine testing sites. He wants FEMA to open federal vaccination centers, which is something we haven't seen before. He says he wants to open 100 of them by next month. And today, during President Biden's remarks, he did warn things could get worse before they get better when it comes to COVID.
Steve provides so much hope. The rollout has been a dismal failure thus far. So I understand the despair and frustration of so many Americans and how they're feeling.
Another big push today from the Biden administration is an order to reopen schools and daycare centers within 100 days. He says this will be key to the country's economic comeback. And though executive orders like the ones he signed today don't require congressional approval, a lot of the funding for them will come from that $1.9 trillion stimulus package that Biden rolled out last week. So he'll still need the Senate and the House of Representatives to be on board, as he still plans to give out 100 million doses of the vaccine by the end of April. Andrew?
You know, and Katie, right after Biden's remarks, Dr. Fauci kicked off today's second White House briefing with new Press Secretary Jen Psaki. And we heard some very candid comments from Dr. Fauci, essentially kind of highlighting the difference between his time in the Trump administration and his new time in the Biden administration. What were some of those differences?
Yeah, so Dr. Fauci today was asked about what it was like working for both administrations so far, and he said while he was under the Trump administration, he had no pleasure. He took no pleasure in the times that he had to contradict what Trump had to say. But he has said that under the Biden administration, and only the couple days that it's been, he says that he's been dealing with a liberating feeling in that he's letting science speak for itself. He also talked about, and I think this is worth mentioning, he had some optimistic views when it comes to vaccines. He said he thinks most Americans will be vaccinated by middle of 2021. Andrew?
That's right. And some optimistic news from Dr. Fauci. Just wanted to mention also Joe Biden